What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are 10 minutes into this raid, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. You guys know that I'm not a massive fan of this, but we will make the most of the situation. I'm heading myself down to test in Annex. I've had a few people recently tell me that you can actually find the Looting Mark III blueprint in Annex in day raids. It doesn't have to be some crazy night raid or electromagnetic storm or anything like that. You do stand a chance of getting them in day raids, so that's good to know. We'll go take a look and try our luck if it's not already been run through, but we'll see. The odds probably aren't too heavily in our favor, but let's see. So the roadmap came out as of recording. It came out yesterday. When this video goes up, it'll be a few days ago now, but very, very exciting stuff. We're getting a new map in April. I saw a few people have a bit of, express a bit of dismay at that it's not coming until April, but the thing with games like these with extraction shooters, they don't really pump maps out too quick. What you have to consider is it's not as straightforward as making a Call of Duty map where you just sort of make a map and everyone just runs around and shoots. Hello? Anybody in here? You kind of have to account for... Wow, I can't believe that survived and got to me just there. You kind of have to account for like all the different loot spots. It has to be balanced. You have to set like roaming paths for Ark. The layout has to make sense. The combat has to be fun and engaging. There's a lot more to take into consideration than just making one little map where people are going to run around and just shoot shit for a few hours at a time. Oh, man. Well, there's confirmation. We can get looting augments, although it's not the one that we want. And I do... Oh, wow. Wow, what a crazy draw. Okay, well, so yeah, don't expect with extraction shooters any you play. So that's Marathon when that comes out. Any extraction shooter you play, it's not common practice for maps to come out all the time. It's a much slower process developing a map for something like this. So just something to bear in mind. I'm not glazing the devs or anything like that. Obviously, I love this game, but that's just the reality of the situation. These sort of games aren't as easy to just sit there and just, cram maps out for. It just doesn't really work that way with these sort of games. So just bear that in mind when you're tweeting at the devs and people are expressing their disappointment, But we've got new archetypes coming. There's new... It says new gameplay items. I'm hoping that includes new weapons. I would really, really hope so. I'm not sure. It's the one thing we're sort of limited on this game compared to other extraction shooters, but they have... they're just... All they have to do is implement real-world guns. Just sit there and make different variations of AK-47s until the cows come home. Whereas these are much more unique, and probably a lot more design has to go into it than just sort of taking a real world gun and video gaming that up. So what else was there? New map conditions. There was one thing that said a mini map condition. I was curious what that would mean. I don't know if that means like how there's probes, the sort of thing where the Ark are downed. What's that one? The husks. That's it. I don't know if that's what a mini map condition means. I would imagine so. Maybe not like Cold Snap, where that's like a whole big map condition and the whole thing changes. But either way, very, very exciting stuff. And I am looking forward to what's coming. So shout out to the devs. Love that. Very, very exciting stuff. We'll just have to see how it plays out. I think our first update it'll be sometime within the next week, probably on Tuesday, I would imagine. That's usually update days. So, and I think we're getting a Raider project and a few other small bits. I think that's when the mini map condition comes in as well. It did mention a large archetype. Now, we don't know for sure what this is going to be, but people have been spotting those big Ark roaming around the side of Bluegate. I think they're called Emperors or something like that is the name I keep hearing floating around. So we will have to see what that ends up being. There was also another archetype that was shown in one of the first trailers. It was like it almost looked like a big building rising out of the ground. So it could be that as well. It could also be something completely new that we haven't seen anything on before. So very, very much looking forward to seeing what is coming for Ark Raiders in the next few months. And I think that gave us the roadmap. I think April was the last month it gave us. And I think the whole thing at the top was called Escalation. So it is an exciting time. And we'll just have to see how it all sort of pans out for Ark Raiders. And hopefully the content is fleshed out enough to sort of keep everyone playing. So all we need is just some new stuff. you know? Sort of keep the game going. Games nowadays in the modern market do need to sort of keep like a constant food chain to keep players active and engaged. It's not like back in the day where you'd have a game release sort of 1 year and that had all it'd be. Maybe a few map packs. Oh my goodness. Fucking map pack drops. Oh. I remember that. You used to have to pay like... I don't think they were cheap. I think it was like £15. Something like that. And you get like 3 maps. And that'd be all the content for that game's life cycle. Which is insane to me. Thinking about how the market is now. Now you have to keep like a constant sort of chain going. And I'm guilty as well. I've definitely found myself getting a bit sort of... It's not that I'm fed up with this game, but I'm ready for new shit, you know? Hello? Anyone in here? Any video game enjoyers in the building? There is a dead body around here, so... Just sort of being a bit cautious, you know? Okay, well, there's a pop. So maybe whoever was in here doing the killing has moved on and gone about their day. They didn't do a very... Oh, wow. I'm finding a lot of blueprints to say that this is just a day raid. Night raids overrated, perhaps? Could it be? But yeah, the market has shifted a lot, and this constant supply of content does need to keep up. What on earth is... What the fuck is going on? Oh my god. Whoever came in here... Oh, missed 2 containers, and those 2 containers were the ones that had blueprints in. That is hilarious. Oh, shit. I thought that was going to die. It did not. And it still hit me as I jumped over the edge to try and save myself. There is a player killer around here somewhere. Wherefore art thou, hostile compadre? Trying to listen. Where are they? Huh. Not sure why that didn't hit me, but where on earth did those shots come from? See if anything of value got left on this guy. Cat bed. Goes on my pre-existing stack. Sure. Untouched security breach. We'll take that as well. Okay. This raid is... This raid is kind of crazy. As far as just bog standard day raids go, this is kind of nuts. Why is it doing this? Huh. I don't know that there's still someone... Well, they were around here. They might not be anymore, but... Whoop! That made me jump so heavily. Whoop! I leapt out of my skin just then. We have that jolt mine above us, so we can't push. Sounds like he could be making a dash for it. Or just repositioning. See if we can get him to come this way. I've been enjoying a bit of PvP. I'm excited to get some on my main account because the sort of just nature of running around and never been under threat. It's really got a little boring on the PvE account, so I do not mind this at all. Very, very, very happy to be here. I'm sort of in this weird place where I don't really know what to do. We've got the second PvE, we've got the PvP account. But honestly, I'm at a point where I'm just like, I just want to play the game, you know? I don't want to think about, am I PvEing, am I PvPing? I kind of just want to play, and whatever happens in any capacity just sort of happens. PvP happens, great. Guess this guy's moved on, because otherwise that pop would have gone for him. If PvE happens, great. If PvP happens, also great. I'm just a fan of the game and sort of limiting myself. And I know I'm sort of in this era of being indecisive while I figure out what direction I want to take. But honestly, I think... Oh my gosh, the jolt mines. I think really, truthfully, all I want to do is play Arc Raiders and just enjoy it. This game has a lot to offer in PvE and PvP, and it's kind of like, why limit yourself to one or the other? I'm being risky here. But I can hear. So I'm listening. Hello? I did hear you up there. Come on, let's have a conversation. What do you think, old chum? What do you think to a good old chat? Thoughts? Are you still there, or am I talking to myself? No way of knowing. No way of knowing. I don't really want to push into it. So yeah, I'm sort of at this point of indecision. I've made the PvP account. I have obviously my PvE account, which is this one. But then on my PvP account, I have like no equipment and I have to progress everything again, and it's kind of like, I just sort of just want to fucking play the game, you know? And I was so worried about like, well, what will viewers think? What will YouTube subs think? Because I've been PvE, and if I PvP, people are going to be upset. But then I did the PvP, and then actually most people have been like really supportive and really enjoyed it. So I'm like, is there really any need to limit myself to 2 separate accounts, dude? I don't know what I want to do, and I'm sort of trying to figure it out. So you guys might just have to bear with me whilst we go through, while I go through this and try and just sort of figure out what direction I want to take and how I want to do things, because I've been really, really enjoying the PvP like a lot. It's not just a case of I've done it and it's like, oh, that's, you know, that's all right. It's sort of neither here nor there. I've done it and I'm like, well, this is actually really fucking fun. And the level of intensity and the rewarding feeling when you do pull off a kill and get a load of loot, it's been really, really enjoyable. It's really sort of reignited a spark, because to be totally honest, it got to a point where running around just looting boxes, I mean, I'm doing it right now, but we've had, you know, we had that moment of tensity where we came across another player, and that to me just sort of makes it all exciting again. For some people, PvE is all they need, and that's great. I'm genuinely, and I'm not being sarcastic or anything like that, genuinely really happy for you guys. That's excellent, and I'm glad that you have that and you enjoy that so much. That's fantastic. Just for me, it got to a point where after like 300 hours of running around like opening boxes, I'm like, okay, dude, like I don't know what else. I don't know where else to take this. I don't know what else to do. And just having that added layer of threat, it's been super, super fun. Especially whilst we have been in like a month-long sort of content drought with no new events, and we had Cold Snap, but Cold Snap, how do they keep surviving that? Have they buffed Pops? Where Cold Snap got taken away from us and it didn't get replaced with something extra. And actually all that happened was we lost something, and the amount of stuff we had to do actually went down rather than up. So yeah, it just for me, the whole just running around and not really doing much, so it just got a bit stale. On top of that, I do feel like, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, if you guys think I'm wrong in the comments, by all means, I'm here for it. But it felt like people were using their microphones less. I don't know if I'm crazy, but it felt like less people were talking. And also, a big thing I used to do was I'd like run around and help new players. But for me, I've been finding new players a lot less frequently, so there's less people to help. Most people know what they're doing at like all times. We used to sort of run around and help people figure out quests and things like that, but now everyone's done them. They're doing them the second time through, or they did them and they didn't do the whole reset. So now they've done them and they don't need to do them again. So it's just like player interactions have kind of gone down a little bit. So I'm just figuring stuff out, guys. So if I seem a bit indecisive, I'm sorry. I don't want you guys to be like, oh, Smith's being a fucking dick. He doesn't know what he's doing. You know, because I do read a lot of the comments. I don't reply so much anymore because I'm awful for getting sucked into the negative comments and reading those. It is a big personality flaw that I have. But yeah, I'm trying. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just figuring out. The daily videos are going to keep coming, of course. I'm just figuring out what direction I want to take with everything. But very excited for the new content. Really enjoying the PvP. PvE's got a little stale. Just sort of figuring out what direction we're going to take. We might just do some PvP on the main account. But yeah, we'll suss it out. Ultimately, if I'm going to keep making content, especially daily, I do need to be enjoying what I'm doing. If I'm running around bored opening boxes, it's not going to make very good content. And I feel like that started to reflect. I feel like I was making videos and I was like, I don't know if I would find that entertaining because nothing's really happened. Do you know what I mean? So with that being said, I feel like this video has been a little bit all over the place. I'm just sort of rambling. Wow, it's so bright in my room. I just looked over. Holy shit, it looks like I'm at the pearly gates. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. That was an insane run. We came out with a bobcat, a pink, 4 random blueprints, unfortunately, each of which I do already have, but still, crazy finds nonetheless. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble. It's very therapeutic for me to get in here and just sort of talk to you guys about what's on my mind and what I'm thinking. So, with that being said, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video.